What's up, everybody? I'm K. Marie.
I'm Lou.
I'm Mary.
And we are
Murphed in the Midwest. And we are back. As always, if you are looking for a podcast that gets straight to the point, that gives you nothing but the facts, that tells you what you came here to see, don't veer off, then you are in the wrong place. But that is okay. You can exit stage left
now.
Yeah.
And for all of those that love us, we love you as well. And we're going to go ahead and jump into the episode. Again, we're in season 3, and this is called Jilted Love.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
That's what we are.
Last week's episode.
Oh.
Recap. Last week's episode. What was last week's episode? What was it called? Oh, I'm joking. When the Family Feud.
Oh, yeah. Crazy dude from out there in, like,
Quincy, Illinois.
Quincy, yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. His line, guys. Saying yes, Steve.
Honey, I love you, but I do. No one?
I was joking.
That should have let everybody further know that motherfucker was about to kill her ass.
Yeah, he
Man. Yeah, no, that was a wild one. And he still to this day is claiming he's innocent.
And how long ago was this?
What was it, 2013? No,
No, it was 2016.
it was one of them years.
Now, I will say, the only thing where I was kind of rolling with him, I said, oh, he trying to be smart was when he had that Schwinn. But then
he left it 2 doors down.
Schwinn.
Yeah, he said, y'all ain't gonna catch me with my OnStar records.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this week's episode. Thotting and Plotting.
Hold on.
Okay, ready?
We are thotting and plotting. I mean, we not thotting and plotting.
No.
That's
We
the
don't plot.
episode, thotting and plotting.
Now, sometimes,
Wait, you said we don't plot, so we thought, but we don't plot.
I mean, I used to thought so.
I used to thought.
I used to.
There was a time.
There was a time. There was a time. Those who know me, y'all know what I used to be.
Oh, brother!
Anyhow, so December 12th, 1985, on a cold Midwest early morning, Yvonne Minky told her daughter she was going to warm her car so she could head to work in the morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oof.
Frigid cold.
Frigid. This is Wisconsin we're talking about.
Oof.
We are talking about...
Now Wisconsin.
We're talking about the northern, uppermost western part of Wisconsin.
What's the city?
It was called St. Croix Falls.
Okay.
So we're talking cold people. And in fact, at that time, the average temperature was about 11 degrees. Okay.
Oh, that's when we used to have real winters in the Midwest.
And so her last words to her daughter were, I'm going to warm my car to start the day. And that was the last time that she heard anything from her mother. Okay.
Wait. The mother went to go start up the car?
The mother went to start her car for heading into work.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Somebody was watching her.
Oh.
Thotting and plotting.
Thotting and plotting. So, it was almost 40 years that the family has had to wait to actually find out what really happened and who was involved to get justice for her mother.
Oh, wow.
So
You would think, like, at some point, like, could you imagine, like, 39 years have passed and you've gotten to that point where you're just like, we'll never know what happened.
Right.
And then 40,
like, you have all these ideas.
but it's like, at that point, you're like, you know what? I feel like at some point, you may have just, like, it depends on the person. Some people, they're, like, they just need that closure. They're not letting it go. They're still in that heavy grief, like it just hit. Other people, though, time pass and the grief lessens. It doesn't go away, but it lessens as far as its intensity. And then 40 years later, for it to just come, like, out of nowhere, they'd be like, hey, by the way,
we got something now.
Like, boom, I'm grieving all over again. Like, I'm back to the beginning. I'm back to the day that it happened.
It should keep reliving it.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I just stated, we have Yvonne Minky, who is our victim. She was born February 15th, 1940. in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. For those who don't know the Midwest, because I do like to tell you about the area.
She's the map. She's the map.
She's the motherfucking map.
All right. So, St. Croix Falls is a city in Polk County, Wisconsin. We are talking about a population of about 2,208 people, and that is per the 2020 census.
Okay.
It is located on the northwestern corner of Wisconsin, so up and to the west.
Sorry, she got mad because I stopped throwing it, so now she's throwing it for herself.
Okay. Come on, co-host. She said we got to keep them entertained.
She said, I'm an independent woman.
It is actually adjacent to Taylor Falls, Minnesota. So there is a river that separates St. Croix and then Taylor Falls. They're literally separated by a river, and that is the line between Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Okay.
The area has average temperatures in that month, like I said, about 11 degrees in December. And it is known for a few things. If you ever want to go up there and just hang out, it is very beautiful, lots of parks, but they have an interstate park, which is basically between the two states, and it has like waterfalls. They have historic homes, the Thomas Henry Thompson home, which is basically dedicated to one of their founders of the city. He was an immigrant from Ireland. He had like a merchant business, and he was really heavy on bringing telephones and automobiles to the area.
Okay.
And then the final thing is that if you want to travel, there's some highways that will get you there. Is U.S. Highway 8, Wisconsin Highway 35, and 87. Those are the main roads that can get you there. Okay?
Life is a highway.
I was just about to start saying that.
I wanna ride it all night long.
That's what she said.
So her background is really kind of vague, and I tried all over. I still have not found all the different states' ways that you can look up people. Like I know the way to do it here in Indiana.
Yeah.
But she had 4 children, one who preceded her in death at birth when she gave birth. The baby passed away. But her 3 other children were in her life. She was in their lives. She was a divorced mom.
Speaking of moms, it's the day after after Mother's Day. So
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks for being beautiful. Thanks for being you. Thanks for putting up with the kid shit.
And y'all better be out here respecting y'all mama and treating her right. Because of you, she can't even pee right. She keep laughing and she just pee a little. She sneeze and pee a little. So you better be grateful for your mama.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mama. Rest in peace, home girl.
And for the moms that weren't crap and difficult.
Shame.
But also, I guess we can still say Happy Mother's Day to you because you still did push
Happy
her out.
Mother's Day, I guess.
I guess.
Happy birth
Try to
giver
do
day.
better. How about try to do better?
And if I see any single fathers out there,
You better mind your business till you
till your day come. And then I'm gonna say the same thing when Father's Day come. If I see any girls out there saying Happy Father's Day to me, stop. No, you're not.
Sit down, your day already
It took one. It took a man to help manage that baby. I don't care if he ain't shit. That was your fault.
So she had her 4 children. Her youngest child was actually living with her at the time of the murder, and that's the one that she told she was going to warm up her car. Okay. So the whole lovers angle is this whole story started with a raggedy, ain't good,
Raggedy.
can't keep his eyes on one woman. Thought he was all that in a bag of chips. 3, 4, 5 timing Jack Owens. Jack, I'm not even gonna give you a RIP. Jack, you can just Jack. Okay. Anywho, so
just be dead.
They had a relationship for about 3.5, 4 years. Not as specific on when they started dating, but they were dating for a long time. Yvonne and Jack basically had an on again, off again relationship, but very serious when they were together. Okay.
Question: have either one of you ever had an on and off again?
Yeah.
Baby. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, both of you.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna tell you. So I have had 2.
Okay.
One of them
Yeah.
The other one,
I ain't gonna say too much because that person watches said podcast. So
listen.
you know who you are.
If y'all have learned nothing else about me, you should know I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I give no fuck. But the second one,
I like to keep the peace sometimes.
listen, drop that bomb, boom. Yeah. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna be my ass. So, so the second on again, off again. That one, I will say it was toxic.
But she said toxic like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It's a fun toxic.
Like, I can be honest and say that it would be described as toxic.
It would be.
But
People
it was.
would say that is.
But it was enjoyable.
It was a mess, but you know.
Oh, is this?
Well,
Like recent?
No.
Oh, okay.
This one went on for years.
No. Okay, but like not the. Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Jack just couldn't keep his eyes in his socket. He just, he took him out, and a woman over here, oh, I have to look at that, And so, according to accounts from multiple witnesses, Jack had two main steadies, which was Yvonne, Minky, and then the other is our murderess, allegedly, because we still don't know yet. But Mary Jo, you raggedy hoe. She was.
That's being tired of Mary Jo, you raggedy hoe. Thotting and plotting.
But
You dirty bitch.
they were also an on again, off again. But according to witnesses, this is just what people said, what was out here in these streets. The person that he was heavy for was Yvonne.
I don't. That's that whole girl. I don't care what he doing. At the end of the day, he come home to me.
I will never be as long as he come home ass bitch.
No.
I'ma just
never.
I can't do
I'ma
it.
just tell you though, there might have been something to it because Yvonne was the one that was around the family. Yvonne was the one Yvonne was the one that he was calling to make sure she was okay. He ain't talked to Mary Jo for months, honey.
I don't care.
Where Mary Jo? Oh,
I don't want to be Yvonne or Mary Jo.
I wouldn't want to be either because freaking Jack, I need you to keep your eyeballs in your head. But that's just what the people say. This is what the streets were saying. Okay, I'm just reporting facts from the streets. Okay,
Coming to you live.
Now, Yvonne at the time of this whole, she had a few things going on. Okay. She lived in this apartment building above, some shops. She had lost her job for, 3-4 months. And then she got a new job at this, it was like a laundromat, like a 24-hour laundromat that she was working at. So she had a few difficulties. The divorce, the job instability, dealing with an unstable man. She had a few things going on. But at the time of their relationship and the day before this actual incident, Yvonne was actually at Jack's birthday party. His birthday was the day before. So at his father's home.
What day was this?
So this was December 12th is the day of the incident.
So his birthday was the 11th.
The 11th.
So he's a Sagittarius.
Well. Anyhow. So Jack has his birthday party. Yvonne comes. She's, hanging, kicking until about 10:45 at night. And she leaves and Jack calls to make sure his Yvonne is in the house. Hey boo, I had such a lovely time, girl. You make it home? I'm glad you made it home. Okay, bye.
I ain't make it home. I made it to my other guy's house.
Well, he called your house because this is 85 when this happened. So we ain't.
I ain't answered. My daughter answered and pretended to be me because you're not gonna be out here on me like that. Not think I'm out here on you.
Now, in the situation, like I said, of Mary Jo, it was said that they really only had the real thing that they had in common was he was like a horse. Whisperer, whatever. He did a lot of things with horses. They did horse shows. He would horses. Do the horseshoes, when they have to be changed and stuff.
Oh, okay.
and he had like property that he kept horses. He boarded horses for other people.
Oh, okay.
So
he had a stable.
He had a stable and stuff. He would
He
do
was
the
an
fair
equestrian.
Yeah, he would do like the fair shows and things with the animals. So he was out there, and Mary Jo also was kind of really into the horse shows. That
sound like the name of somebody that would be.
Mm-hmm. They basically kind of described her as like a badass. That's the way her friends described her, was she was a badass. Okay. So I got the feeling from when I was reading this that really Yvonne was like the girly girl. Right. And Mary Jo was like the tomboy. So
Yvonne was the wifey type. Mary Jo was
the rolling head.
He wanted his cake and eat it too.
Which is just, that's such a crazy statement, because if I get cake, of course I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna have some cake and just let it sit on the counter.
And get it depends. It depends. If it's whipped top and it's sitting there, I don't want that.
No, but I'm saying, like, if I go get me a cake and this is my cake, and this is my cake, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat that. So who came up with that? Oh, they want their cake and eat it too. Duh.
Hello.
Sorry.
Okay. Anywho, so the way that Jack described his relationship with Mary Jo, he says that they were just social dating. He never once wanted to admit that he was sleeping with this woman. I said, so what, was she ugly or something to you? Was she embarrassing to you, sir?
No, I think he was just trying to keep up his character. He was just like, he wanted to make it look like we weren't sexually involved. We were kind of just kicking it. We was hanging out. I was faithful to Yvonne.
A horse is a horse.
Anywho, so there's that. That's how the relationship was described. Now, Mary Jo was also a divorcee. She had a daughter, which according to accounts, and it is mixed. Some people say that she didn't give a hoot about her child. According to her child, she was independent. This is what she said. She never spoke badly about her mother, but she said that she was independent and she handled her stuff. But her friends were kind of like, she just kind of left her kid to her own devices. Now, we have to remember also, these are grown adults. Yvonne at the time was 45 years old, and Mary Jo was around the same age as well. Okay. So their kids are in their 20s.
Okay.
Grown.
There comes a point.
It comes a point where you have to let your kids spread their wings. Fly. And be living, okay? So here is the actual events. On December 12th, around 6 a.m., Yvonne goes down the stairs. So she lived in a second floor apartment above some shops, and the way that you got down to the parking lot was a back stairwell. Okay. She tells her daughter, I'm going to warm up my car. She goes down the stairwell. Her daughter says that she hears like a whooshing sound, like a whoosh, whoosh sound, okay? But like loud, but like she said it was like a whipping sound, which I don't really know what she meant by that. But
whipping, like
like the sound of like something
like flying by real quick. Okay,
something like that. Okay.
Let's get a little kinky.
And she says that she tried to look out of, so they had a few windows that showed different areas, okay? So the first window that she tried to look out of, she didn't see anything. So then she runs over to her window that's basically facing like the back parking lot, and she saw someone that she saw walking, and then they started moving quicker. And then she looked out of the side window, and it was like frosted, so she couldn't, because it's cold outside. So that window was really frosted, and she could not get a good view. The person that she saw that was first walking and then moving quickly, she says that it looked like a man. The person had a ski mask on and was like of a solid build. Not fat, but solid. Okay? Yeah. So that was her perspective. There were a lot of witnesses, so I already apologize in advance because a lot of the witnesses are not named. They are given numbers, and this shit's gonna get a little confusing.
Oh shit.
Okay.
We in for a long one.
However, so that's what the daughter says. Then, so this is on December 12th. The daughter calls her sister.
Okay.
And she's like, I heard something and something is weird. I'm not really sure. And the other daughter, calls 911. She tells her to stay in the house because she's like, it's weird. Let the cops get there. When the cops get there, they find Yvonne Menke at the bottom of the stairs, and she has been shot 3 times. Once in the neck and twice in the head.
That's crazy.
So, then we get into the investigation. Because now we know what happened.
Y'all ready for this?
Well, as they are going through this, they are literally like, this woman is just going to work, just warming up her car, going to work.
Minding her business. The definition of minding my business.
Right. Who wakes up in the morning just with murder on the mind? What is going on here?
Sociopath.
So they get to investigate and they look to see if there's any signs of physical assault to her. There's no evidence of that. They do see, as far as evidence around her, there are some footprints in the snow. There is, and this is basically going off of what her daughter said, like, I saw someone walking in this direction. So they start looking around there. They see the footprints in the snow. They are an Arctic boot, the brand Arctic boot.
Wait, ARTIC? That one? It's kind of spelled a little weird.
It's, hold on.
That's still a popular brand, if that's the same brand. I'm sorry, they got a little sidetracked, but I just thought that was pretty cool.
You ain't gotta apologize for that.
Okay,
Welcome to work in the Midwest, where all we do is
useless information.
Well, this is not useless because this is actually, we'll get to it, but the boot is called Arctic, and it was, what the print that they found was a size 5.5 print.
He got a little foot. So his dick.
No, so this what? No.
Oh wait.
This what? No muscular build.
Shit. It was a solid person. The daughter thought it was a man.
No, this was a big bag bitch.
Big bag busting out the Billy Ben take. With your little foot ass.
What?
Okay. So they found the Arctic boot print. And they're going on now. At this point, they're like, okay, we need to know the people that are in her life, because all we got is a footprint, your witness description of what you heard. So they start talking to the neighbors, because there are, I believe it was 4 apartments on that top layer. Okay. One of the other neighbors, hold on, let me go to this real quick. Okay. So one of the witnesses who lives in the apartment next door says that she was awakened to what she thought sounded like a car backfire. Now, her apartment is closer to that stairwell.
Okay.
And she said it sounded like an old medium size. And now these people have some very specific hearing, because the way they place in these sounds and what they're calling, she said it sounded like a medium sized truck backfire. I said, okay, girl, because I don't really know what the difference between a car and a medium sized truck backfire, but all right. You say it, I like it, I love it. And then she said that she heard, I believe she said she only heard 2 of those sounds. Now compare with the daughter saying she heard that
3 whizzings.
Whizzing, whipping, whatever you want to call it sounds. Okay. And this was approximately at around 6:30 that she heard this, right? Then we have one day later, the paperboy. His name is, hold on, let me give you Paperboy's name.
I wonder, did they have a silencer? Because a silencer, though it's highly illegal, don't ask me how I know that.
This is Wisconsin. We talk about the Midwest people. We do stuff a little different here.
Yeah.
We do it well.
But, so a silencer will make that noise. So it muffles the sound of a gunshot. So when you shoot it, it does sound like a
whisk.
Like a pew, 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 like that.
Okay. A wishy sound.
But
yeah.
Wouldn't the sound of an actual gun going off sound more like a truck backfiring?
If it doesn't have a silencer on.
Like a jalopy or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that the reason why it sounded more silenced was because the daughter was further away from where it was actually happening.
It could be.
Huh.
Whereas the neighbor who was closer to the stairs.
And she's like right by the neighbor is in her bedroom right by the window.
Yeah.
And the daughter is inside the apartment getting muffled maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
However, when it comes Paperboy, Mr. Stephenson. Okay, Stephenson, here we go, okay? So on December 15th, so this is 3 days after the actual incident, he comes forward and he's like, hey, St. Croix Police, I got something to tell y'all, okay? He was like, first of all, I know Yvonne. She was a nice, sweet lady. Delivered papers. Nice, kind woman, right? And he said that on the morning of December 12th, at about 6 a.m., he was at the apartments because this is his job, okay? Mm-hmm. He was there. They have a storage closet that is on the first floor, right inside past that stairwell where she was found.
Okay.
He said that he was in and out of that storage closet 4 times because what he does is he brings in the bundles of papers for those shops that are on the first floor.
Okay.
And then, of course, delivers the papers to the people that are upstairs, okay? Well, he has to go back and forth to his vehicle because it's a lot of bundles of paper. So it took him 4 trips. And he said that when he pulled into the parking lot, there were 2 vehicles. He saw a person that he did get a good view of. He could not determine if the person was a man or a woman because they did have the mask on, like the daughter said she saw. But it was a bigger overcoat that the person had on, and they did look like a solid build. He said either a smaller man or a bigger woman.
It's a big bad bitch with a little foot. BBL.
And so he said it was a good sized person. He said that that when he went into the door to bring the papers into that storage closet, that the person was going up the stairs. Okay, going up the stairs, taking each step very purposefully. And that when he came back out of the storage closet, he saw that they went in a direction, but then he didn't see that person anymore. Okay, so they went up the stairs and went in a direction. He's not thinking it. He minding his business, doing his damn job. Okay, so he's dropping off the papers, and he said it took him approximately 10 to 12 minutes to get the papers, do his tricks. He's going through the snow, carrying these papers, doing all of that. And then he said that when he got in his car, his last trip into the room, he was near the north wall, and he reported that he heard a pop sound. He assumed that it was the furnace.
I can see that.
Yeah, but dang, if I was the police, I'd be so tired of these stories. Everybody saying it sounds like something different.
What was it?
Well, I heard a frisbee getting whizzed by 3 times. Well, I heard an old medium-sized truck backfiring. Well, I thought it was the furnace.
But you know what it tells me? This is just my opinion. It wasn't like she got shot at the bottom of the stairs. If she had got shot at the bottom, he said that the supply room was right by there. The stairs.
Was that she got shot up.
And boop, 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 boop.
So she probably got shot shortly after coming out of her apartment. And then
I think she had been out of the apartment for a minute. You know how you go, you put your key in, you work. Was
the car actually started?
Yeah, car was started.
Okay, so she was on her way back in.
She was on her way back in, letting that car warm up.
She was on her way back in. And so this is probably what happened. She come outside, she started her car. While she started her car, old mystery man woman, they came up and is hiding off in that little corner.
Because he saw the person steps up.
In that little corner. So then she comes back in. And the person up there at that corner, pop, pop, pop.
Somebody definitely was watching her ass.
And that's what it seems like. That's from all the accounts. That's what it seems like so far, right? Okay. So those are all the description of the on-site witnesses.
Okay.
Then the detectives get to doing their detective work because they're like, this ain't telling us much of nothing besides we got 55 different descriptions of a pop. Okay. Could have been a balloon, could have been a furnace, could have been some whiplash.
I was down here popping that gun.
Right.
Popping your lips.
So they started talking to basically anybody who knows and was involved with our Yvonne, right? And
Jack.
well, girl, Jack is an annoying pain in the ass. Okay, I need you to roll. Thank you so much. Okay, so here goes our interviews. Witness 1 is the daughter, and I will tell you, when you are in moments of distress, I can understand things being unclear. So I don't believe there is anything to be gleaned from the daughter or read into the daughter. And at first when I was reading, I'm like, wait a minute, girl. But here we go. Okay, so victim 1 said that she heard the whip-like sound. She believed it was a gunshot, and this was approximately 5 to 10 seconds was the noise, how the noise went. Okay. Like I said, the accounts of the window being frosted on the one, she looked out the other, all that kind of stuff. She stated that when she first saw the unknown subject, the person was standing by Yvonne's vehicle. It was the first moment that she saw the person.
Okay.
Also, that she walked behind the vehicle, Yvonne's car, and then was northbound. So that's just describing the direction in which she was walking around that parking lot. She said the person was about 5'9", had broad shoulders, big back.
Well, that's a linebacker ass motherfucker. You think about it, god dang.
With a 5.5.
Show little foot, big back ass.
Now this is the part where I was like, oh my god, the difference in times. Okay, so reportedly the victim said that on December 10th, so 2 days before this incident, there was a phone call that she believed happened around 6:50 in the morning on December 10th, and it was an unidentified female. You know, the person called. We're talking about 1985. Okay, people call all the time, start asking you questions, you be talking to them, whatever, right?
Barbara, this is Shirley.
And she said the caller asked if her mom was at home. She told the caller that she wasn't. The caller asked her if her mom had left for work, and she said yes. The caller asked if what time Yvonne leaves for work, and she told her. She said, around 6:30 or whatever. And she goes, "Oh, okay, I'll call her after work then." Thinking nothing of it.
No.
Okay.
I don't know who you is, and you asking too many questions.
And she said before she could ask the caller like which one of her mother's friends was calling, the caller hung up.
Ooh. So she didn't give this woman the information she needed to carry this.
And she probably has all types of remorse. Like, why the hell did I say that? Or anything. So that was her first interview, okay? Victim number 2 is the daughter, her second daughter, that victim number 1 called. So her first daughter, the daughter that was in the home called her sister. So victim number 2.
Witness number 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Witness number 2.
Okay. Nope. I was just checking.
Okay. So she was not at the crime scene. She recalls that she received a phone call around 6:20. During it, she told her that her mom went downstairs to start her car and she hasn't come back yet. She said that she put the phone down and went to wake her husband because she's like, that's weird.
Hey.
And that when she came back, her sister told her she saw somebody running. Like, she was looking out the windows and she saw somebody running down the alley.
You know how obvious people really make shit? Like, when you, if
you had just walked, probably she wouldn't
casually.
She wouldn't have thought nothing of it. Because she was like, somebody walking down the alley, I don't know.
Like, okay.
But now your ass running. Yeah.
What you running from?
Why are you running, man?
Where you old pussy ass?
So, she said that then the phone was disconnected, but then her sister called her right back after she got off the phone, and the authorities were called. So she called the authorities, right?
Okay.
All right. So then we have witness number 3. And so witness number 3 is the one who started giving out tea. They were like, look. So we had Yvonne. Her boyfriend was Jack O. bitch ass with the wandering eyes.
Of course.
She was like, and his other is Mary Jo's ass. Mary Jo's Thotting ass. Okay.
Thotting and Plotting.
And, you know, she was just saying, like, they have, Yvonne always kind of had the same routine. She would go out in the morning, start a car, and that parking lot is like on the back part, so you have to either go down this back stairway, you go around the front, but you have to walk around the whole building. Who goes
so you might as well just go down the back.
Ain't nobody doing that in 11 degrees.
Nope.
Hell no.
Okay.
I'm barely even walking outside.
I'll call it off.
Mm-hmm. And she was just saying that that they had this on again, off again relationship. Yvonne was known for always using that enclosed back stairway because it was warmer. Also too, that, let's see, Yvonne basically always seemed to have like, this basically like a daily activity and routine. Hold on, there's more. She also gave like a mention of phone calls that were happening that Yvonne was getting. So I guess it had started up a few months before, but someone will call her and just hold the line and then hang up.
I don't like that.
Mary Jo.
I'm gonna just pick up the phone and be like, antagonizing them because what the fuck are you calling me for?
And law enforcement also learned from her that this love triangle that they had been going on for several years. Okay, so when they say several, it was 3 years roughly.
Messy boots.
Jack often dated both of them at the same time, according to this witness.
Girl,
and
he was a hoe.
And that when Mary Jo and him broke up,
he immediately was going to Yvonne.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't people just move like why do they gotta directly move home with somebody else after the fact? Like,
I don't know, and I don't understand why he would date two people who had similar friends, so you know it's gonna track back.
Because he was messy.
Like this victim, or not victim, this witness, she worked at the local dental office, but she knew both.
So she was out here cleaning both of their teeth.
Right, she knew both of them. They were talking, and she was telling him like she was not protecting the bro because that wasn't her bro. She was like, I'm sick of him messing with my friends. Okay. So that witness, she was the one who was really starting to tell the background so the detectives could have somewhere to go, right? So then they get back to talking to Jack's old bum ass, and here's what Jack had to say. He was like, yeah, you know, Mary Jo, I dated her socially. And she worked at this bank in Lucky, that's, you know, right up the street over there in town called Lucky. And really, I ain't really feeling that girl. I don't sleep with her. We just, you know, talk about horses and stuff.
Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that, look at that horse.
And I don't even really bring her around my people like that. Yvonne is my girl, and I bring her around my people. I mean, she was just at my birthday party, like yesterday. And so I can't even believe that this happened. I am devastated and torn up.
The closest ones to you hate you the most sometimes.
And so, you know, the police kind of bought the story, and they were like, okay, interview complete for today, sir.
I would have been like, pause.
And then we get to Mary Jo, because I know y'all been waiting to see
We've been waiting. Mary Jo, use a hoe.
So here we go with Mary Jo. On December 12th, she claims, because she gave an alibi for what she was doing.
Was she driving around by herself? Because sometimes she tends to do that.
Well, she wasn't driving around. Well, she was by herself, y'all, doing chores.
Quote unquote.
No, she was doing chores. She went outside to do chores in 11-degree weather.
Yeah, I was out there, you know, shoveling the snow, putting down some salt.
Let us paint a picture for y'all. Let
caring
us
for the
paint a
horses.
picture for y'all on how cold it is in the Midwest.
Okay.
It's cold. Okay?
My nipples be hurting.
Like you go outside, like when they talk about a polar vortex that we have between January and February, they tell you no exposed skin. So you gotta put on gloves. You can get frostbites in seconds. You can literally feel your contact lenses in your eye when you walk outside.
Yes.
And it hurts to blink. Mm-hmm. So who the fuck is willingly going outside and doing chores
at 6 o'clock in the morning? No, she claims she woke up at 7 a.m. and she did chores from 7
So there's
to 9.
no way I could have killed her because I was still asleep.
I was still sleeping and I went and did chores cold.
That's a hell no.
In 11-degree weather.
Do you know how long it takes to shovel my driveway?
Before the sun is up, man, you ain't even got the sun beaming, no kind of warmth, but you outside doing chores.
That shit should have alerted you right there that was some bullshit.
Mary Jo, we gonna need to go ahead and
Mary Jo, we think you're a liar.
Let me holler at you real quick, shorty.
So anyways, that's Mary Jo's alibi. Mary Jo
there's no way she did.
She claims that day she had already preemptively taken a vacation day because she knew that she had things that she had to do. Her chores.
Like kill somebody. Not you put in PTO to kill somebody. Dang.
Mary Jo.
Mary Jo. She got paid. She thought she was a hitman.
Right. She's like,
oh my gosh.
So she allegedly, took her day, and then after her chores that she completed at about 9 a.m., she then went by her job to pick up first she went to a market to get some fish, then she stopped by her job, she took some things to the post office, and then she did a little Christmas and birthday shopping.
What would have made more sense, right, is if she don't call off. Was that if she would have got up early enough to kill her and then make it to work, and you gotta act like everything is normal and you gotta show up on time. That would have been. But for you to say you called off and you ain't got no witnesses to what you was actually doing, to your alibis that you was by yourself doing chores out in 11-degree weather, you guilty. If you're not guilty of murder, you guilty of being stupid. You still going to jail.
Now this is the best part. I should have started with this. When the police case talked to her,
twinkle in your eye.
That's a PTO day.
When the police came to talk to her, please tell me what y'all think she acted like.
Like she didn't know who Yvonne was.
She was either
like she was so hurt. She was distraught.
Lip quivering.
Oh my! Yvonne's dead. She did the Denzel tears.
Yes, I teared up.
Who died, Lord Jesus?
And she started crying.
She did the head
Ain't nobody told me nothing.
Lord, why her? Why, God? Why not me?
Listen.
I ain't gonna never ask no shit like that. I ain't gonna never ask no shit like that.
She was sitting there. Oh, she was such a good plot. You have to take her, God. No.
Well, it had to be her. It should have been me.
She pulling out a rag with onion juice on it, talking about some. I should have went over and checked on her instead of doing them chores. Oh God!
Getting rid of a body, all right, bitch.
Oh God!
So then they start asking this cuckoo bird some questions. They're like, "Well, ma'am, how close were you?" Well, I actually never had an opportunity to really introduce myself or meet her after you did all this crime. But I did have an opportunity to talk to her once on the phone because, she did admit that Jack and her and Yvonne were kind of in a love triangle because Jack, that's just how he was, and he could not keep his stuff together straight.
So she really did call with the Barbara. This is Shirley. Can I get a refill?
Yes, ma'am.
I feel like I need a little bit more for this story.
This ridiculousness, right? And so, as they're talking to her, hold on, right, these little T-Rex arms.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So as they're talking to her, and she's like, basically we did have mutual interests. We liked horses, that's what we did.
Look at that horse.
Her and Jack.
Her and Jack.
Okay.
I wonder what Beyonce.
So she wait.
I inserted that.
So was she denying sleeping with Jack or no?
Well, Mary Jo was basically trying to steer the conversation in any direction that didn't involve anything that looked like
I don't kiss and tell, but Jack.
Also, basically making it seem like when the whole thing came down to showing that he was a two-timer, it didn't bother her. She was just like,
you a liar.
Oh, okay. She had to play the unbothered, so they wouldn't be like, you killed this woman out of jealousy. She's like, well,
She said that after her and Yvonne talked on the phone, she said that she had a real clear understanding. Basically, it was a Jack problem, not a them problem. That's just how Jack was. We were cool though. We had
Thotting and Plotting.
We had a better understanding, is what she said.
Because you know how they say bros before hoes. Well, it's sis before dicks.
And so then they get down, like we said, asking about her whereabouts.
But I ain't gonna pass it
12.
up if it was offered. Like, can I come see you real quick? But then once it's over with, you just gotta be like, yeah, fuck them, and then go back to that. I ain't gonna kill nobody though.
So it's not sis before this.
Oh, it is.
But you still gonna get the dick.
I'm just playing.
All right, Mary Jo.
Wait a minute. Not her doing it.
I'm joking. Honey, I love you, but I do.
But I'm gonna go sit on it real quick.
Just joking.
Just joking.
These are jokey jokes.
Then she gave her little fake alibi. I mean, she gave her alleged alibi. Sorry, Mary Jo.
Allegedly.
And so, allegedly, that's what she was doing. And she claims that they start asking her about, like, well, what's that shoe you wear, Mary Jo?
Oh, shit.
8.5.
She said, Mary Jo says she wears a size 4.
Somebody lying.
4, guys. Remember that number.
Uno, dos, three.
Anyway, and she does describe that she does have, multiple different types of footwear. She said,
bitch, do you got an Arctic boot?
I do, but I really don't wear them.
Girl, she started describing all kinds of stuff and got nothing to do with nothing. She said, I have a black dress coat with a gray interior.
I have a pair of Louboutins.
Then officers start asking her, well, do you own any firearms, Mary Jo? And she explains that, well, since you asked, I have a 22 pistol with a 38 frame.
About to incriminate yourself.
She also says
that she has a silencer.
She says that Mary Jo, basically her plans to get another firearm fell through, but
I wonder why.
Okay, and she said that was for her to get a plain 22, not one that's modified. She also explains that about 5 years ago, that's when she actually got the 22. So she's like, but this 22 that I have that has a weird frame, that ain't even my gun, officer. That's just what I got through the divorce. That ain't mine. Then she says, you know what? Also, I have a rifle. And it's the nylon stock, but it's always completely unloaded. I never keep She is definitely giving. I'm gonna tell y'all a bunch of stuff.
She's doing the. I'm gonna give you a bunch of information so you don't feel like I'm hiding anything from you.
That is called minimizing.
And so then they're like, well, would you mind showing us? Can we see any of it? Can we see the boots? Can we see the weapons?
Do you have an Arctic boot?
No, she said she had an Arctic boot size 4.
Right, but eventually, okay, so shoe soles, when you can line them up regardless if she said that it was a size 4 or a size 5.
Girl, baby, listen, we don't even have to do all of that.
Because they grabbed that boot and it was a 5.5.
They grabbed the boot and the boot is a 5, honey.
Bitches be
They're like, now wait a minute, I thought you said it was a 4.
Well, when I got the 4, it was a little too small on my feet, so I forgot I had to size up in this boot.
So the police, they get the
lying raggedy ass.
They get the boot. They transfer that on up to the Wisconsin State Crime Lab so they could get some looky loos.
Take this boot.
And amazingly enough, she can't find the .22 pistol.
She got rid of it.
So, anywho, moving along for Mary Jo's lying ass. That was the first interaction with Ding Dong.
Sack of shit. Ding Dong.
Okay. I need this 1 second because we're waiting for my stuff to pop up.
My iPad was freezing earlier too.
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
That's that Apple products.
I'm telling you. And look, and then it started back from top.
I just thought about it. She do get Apple products with a Android phone.
Because
she knows this for free.
Yeah, I was gonna say because she knows. She knows which one is better.
Let me try to pull it up on my phone and see if it works. Because it's just doing that. What's that? I can't read that. What's that? Alien?
What the fuck? Who's that? You see me?
Oh, you a fan.
You took that picture. Wait, no.
No, you took that, girl. The phone is in your hand.
In my hand. The other picture next to it, the one you took.
Yeah.
I'm still going through my photos from my birthday. Hey, sunshine.
Okay, now we're ready for the next witness.
And we're back.
Okay, back to more witnesses.
Okay over there?
I think we were at witness number 3, right? Well, we had Mary Jo. They didn't count them with numbers.
No,
Mary Jo and Jack didn't.
No, 1 and 2 were the sisters. 3 was the neighbor that started spilling all the tea. So
now
we're
we
on
on
4.
Okay.
See, y'all getting too many hands in the pot at this point.
Listen, everybody had something to say. Huh?
Oh wait, was the paper boy considered a witness?
Yeah, but they gave his name.
They gave his name.
I'm only gonna give numbers for they only gave numbers to the one.
Okay, so witness number 4.
Witness number 4 said, "Well, officers, I just want you to know that Yvonne, Jack, and Mary Jo, so like many people in the community now are all verifying that Jack was a hoe."
For sure.
And this witness basically said even more to the fact that Yvonne was like not a troublemaker. She was real quiet to herself, a very kind, easy level, stable woman, right?
She just got tapped to the wrong guy.
And basically that was not the energy that Mary Jo was giving. Mary Jo basically exhibited behavior that was not considered womanly. That she was very harsh, and basically that word around the street is that one time when Yvonne and Jack were out on a date, Mary Jo got pissed. Remember how I said that Jack boarded horses? She got pissed and cut the hair from the mane and the tail of one of his prize horses that he was
That
boarding.
horse ain't did
So I wonder
nothing
did she
to
turn
you.
it into a Kaneka line ponytail?
You get on my nerves.
What you
Like, I love you. The fact that that's where your thoughts went first.
Because what you gonna do with some horse hair, bitch?
Nothing. She was just trying to mess up his horse because that was his prize
That would
horse.
have been a fire ass ponytail.
Right.
For me.
It was a prize horse of someone else that he
Walking
was
around
boarding.
swinging
So she was trying
braid.
She was trying to f up his money. Is really what it was. Like, oh, you gonna go out?
Why you gotta mess with the animals? They ain't did nothing
Why
to
you being weird to me?
Mm-hmm.
That further lets you know she a fucking sociopath if she gotta fucking harm animals.
So that was witness number 4. That's all witness number 4 had for law enforcement. Then we get to witness number 5.
God damn.
Cuatro.
And basically said that there were some other things that the police needed to know that they believe led up to this.
This is just a gossip train.
It was, but I mean, they're starting to get credible evidence that's coming. Because yes, it's gossip on the street. It's just what the streets are saying, but then it's showing pattern of behavior. Everybody's basically saying Jack is a hoe. Mary Jo, she trying to act like she just, I don't remember officer, I just do chores.
Mary Jo out here thug life.
Yeah, Mary Jo is like with the glasses and the cigarette, like try me, bitch. Okay.
Oh, I bet you she did have like a smoker voice.
You know she did. listen. This witness number 5, this is what witness number 5 said. She said, first of all, Jack slept with both of them. I guess she was up in the room, or he or she was up in the room, right? And she basically said, Jack be sleeping with both of them, but I just want y'all to know, Mary Jo was real pissed that she didn't get invited to that birthday party. She was big mad.
Oh, and this happened the day after the birthday
party. And she said, and I just want you to remember that on November the 8th, that horse got what they called roached. That's when you cut a horse's mane and tail. They call that process like roaching a horse. Okay.
So on the 8th, she roached the horse.
On November, 1 month prior.
November 8th. December 11th was his birthday party. She was pissed because she knew that he invited Yvonne, but she ain't get invited.
Because it's like every time he went Yvonne, oh, I got one for you.
So then that she went to bed mad that night. She woke up that morning like, F this. Today's the day. I gave him a chance.
No, you gonna keep playing with me and I'm gonna show you.
I'm gonna show you. But here's the thing. This is the problem. Because you going for everybody but the actual problem. You messing with his horse instead of going to him. You messing with Yvonne instead of going to him.
This is what the witness number 5 said. She said that Mary Jo did that to erase the competition because she wasn't playing no more. She wasn't trying to keep talking. She was erasing the competition. That she had already messed up the horse show for him with that horse. So that person wasn't able to make the money, which was messing up his business. That didn't show him enough.
Oh, now you swung my money down. I'm gonna
so you I messed up your money and that didn't teach you nothing.
Now I'm finna get rid of this chick.
Yeah.
Cause you got me messed up, bro.
Cause you're gonna cut my hair.
The witness acknowledged that they did see Mary Jo with the 22. Okay, they knew it. That according to this witness, the streets
all makes sense.
Said everybody knew she had that 22. She was toting that. That was her weapon. And basically that Mary Jo and Jack's relationship actually started because they met in the horse world. Mm-hmm. Because Mary Jo dealt with the horses in the shows, Jack did. That's where everything started. Mm-hmm. They didn't know each other before this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we're back to witness number 2 because witness number 2 has some more things to say.
She was like, and another thing,
and another motherfucking.
So that's the sister.
This is the sister.
The one that wasn't there.
That wasn't there. That's the one that was in her apartment minding her business. She said that she knows that Jack. Now this is her kind of saying maybe Jack had something to do with this because she knows that he also had possession of pistols. Now she didn't know what kind. But he did hunt, and he liked to shoot with dogs, so he had a rifle. And I think she thinking back, she like, now wait a minute, this my mama is dead dealing with him. He got guns too, and I don't put nothing past him. So she just want the police to know.
You know what'd be crazy though?
What?
With like the way that Mary Jo is acting, and you say that they met through the horse thing. If Jack was telling the truth when he said like me and her was just hanging out. We never actually had sex, and Mary Jo was just crazy, and she got obsessive.
Girl. Now that would be nuts, Mary Jo. Mm-hmm. I hope that's not the case, girl. At least please tell me that you did it for the dang-a-lang.
Hope the dang-a-lang was worth it. God damn.
Can't you see my dang-a-lang? My dang-a-lang.
All right,
so childish.
Now we're gonna get to Mary Lou's ex-husband because they interviewed the whole town, y'all. It was only 2,000 people, so they went to everybody.
They lined everybody up.
They said we need to get to the bottom of this. Nothing happens up here. Okay, this is St. Croix. It ain't the one.
Y'all got me working overtime.
You got me working overtime, and I don't understand what is going on. And y'all, come on now. So he had his turn and his time in the sun.
And he said, I got some things to get off my chest.
He said, that heifer. Okay, no, he didn't say that. He said that Mary Jo, when they got divorced, she refused to give the gun back. Refused. That they had to go to court and the judge sided with her that she could have the weapon. But when he asked for it, she was like, you ain't get my gun. Even though she claimed she don't even remember what a gun is. Can't find it. He also said,
misplaced it after the last time I used it.
I declare.
He said that she knows very well how to handle herself with weapons, that she knows how to clean them, reload them, all of that stuff.
He nasty.
He just had to
Talking about she knows her way around a weapon real well.
Reload. I bet she can.
Now, what he did say was she wasn't too good with the rifle, but she was good with that pistol.
Okay.
And then they were like, okay, thank you for your 2 cents. Get out of here. Okay. Then they go back to Jack. Because Jack, they're like, now look, Jack. They're like, Jack, now we let you off easy because the first moment we like your girlfriend, but now we done hearing all these stories about you can't keep your
Jack, we need some answers to these questions.
And they're like, Jack, we didn't ask you and we believe it's possible, but what you think is going on here, Jack? And Jack is like, you know what? Maybe Mary Jo hired someone to harm Yvonne.
Get the fuck out of here.
He said it is quite possible because she told me she wanted to come to my birthday party on the 10th. And she said that she had a gift for me. And then he starts remembering what happened with the horse. He taking the police down the memory lane after the police already noticed. He didn't give it in advance. But now it's time to go down memory lane. Somebody, people saying it's Mary Jo, scalped this dang, well not scalped, what do you call it? Roach the horse, okay? And somebody been calling Yvonne all hours, all types of hours of the night. She can't get no rest. She resting now, rest in peace. Okay, but she can't get no, I'm sorry, Yvonne. I'm sorry.
She sleep now. Like what?
This bitch.
What?
My bad, y'all. I am taking this serious. I'm just saying these are ridiculous. How can you listen and read all this mess and not be like, what the fuck is going on here? Anyway.
Oh my lord.
So he's like, she couldn't get no sleep. And then, she went to my birthday party. Mary Jo was mad because she had a card to bring to me. That's what she said.
How dare you not invite me to your birthday? I had a card for you.
These bitches do not be your friends.
Now this is the best. When they say, look, Jack, time to cut the shit.
Look, all
right, Jack.
They britches too.
They said, all right, Jack. Here's the thing, buddy.
And then the nose white. And then,
were you sleeping with, like, when Mary got asked, were you having a sexual, was it having what?
Huh?
With who?
Relations.
Were you having a sexual relationship with Mary Jo?
I want to have intercourse with you.
And you know how Megan was like, she real educated but didn't know what sex was at that point?
Yeah.
That's how Jack acted. He didn't know
sex.
What is sex?
He did not answer directly. So he tried to wiggle his way.
Sir, I never put my Peter Whacker in that lady.
No. Then he was like, the Minnesota State Fair in 1985. Sir. So they let him talk and ramble on. And then they were like, well, we heard from the grapevine in town, because they was
out there being messy.
They were like,
well,
she had
on the street is.
She had a camper in Minnesota, because y'all live here in Wisconsin. And we heard that you and her were at the camper.
What you got to say to that, Jack?
No. They didn't even stop there. They said, did you have intercourse with her in the camper? What you think Jack said?
Why did dog wake up and look up?
Wait,
like, what?
He said, what camper?
He said, I am unaware. I don't recall.
I don't
have sexual relations with that woman.
I don't know.
What Amber Heard said, I do not recall. I do not recall.
I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah. And he said right after the state fair, he resumed his relationship with Yvonne. So maybe he did and maybe it was bad. Maybe he was trying to forget.
That ain't some messy shit.
Now, people have been there where you forget, like it was bad and you honestly forget that you had sex with that person.
That's a rough time.
You know what?
People have been there.
Prior to the conversation we had before we recorded. That don't count.
It don't count.
Like that's a throwaway.
If I don't feel it, it don't count.
If you humping me like a dog is humping a toy,
ma'am,
it don't count.
Ma'am,
it don't count.
Pew pew.
Then they were Well, all right, Jack. You don't want to tell us you had sex. You don't got to tell us. Did you love this woman?
Hell no.
I don't ever recall telling her I loved her.
We don't love these hoes.
Jack.
These hoes, they for everybody.
Well, the police was like, you know what? We call bullshit on all of this. And according to the streets, you banged that woman. Stop trying to act like you didn't do it. Mary Jo was being a lady, and she wasn't just being like, yeah, I busted wide open. But she alluded to basically it was things going on. But Jack, we think you full of shit.
What's that song? Cut up. No man, I get.
So here we go.
These songs wasn't even created yet.
So now we get to the part that we all want to know, okay? And this happens to be with the weather log, the Arctic boot, the overcast.
It was all coming together.
Here we go. So there was trace snow on the 9th. On the 10th, there was trace snow, and the temperatures were about 12 degrees. On the 11th, it got real cold. So wasn't nothing thawing. Hence where we get the snow. On the 12th, the day of the murder, I was wrong on the temperature. It wasn't 11. It was negative 11. Cold as hell.
That's polar vortex.
Right. So they measured that there was about 1/10 of an inch of snow on the ground, which is enough to leave a print. Okay. Mm-hmm. They get the prints, and they made, when the police got there, they made they call it a sulfur cast of the print. Of the shoe print. Okay. Well, they sent that on off to be compared. And does anyone want to take a guess of the comparison?
Gee whiz.
How much did it match?
Hella.
99.9999%.
That'd be that shoe. Okay. Mm-hmm. So Mary Jo with her size 5, really size 5, can't remember nothing. All right, so now we're on to more witnesses, right?
Oh God.
This is witness number 9, and she happens to be Mary Jo's ex-sister-in-law. And she said, you know what? I've known Mary Jo
and I've never liked her.
Never liked that bitch anyway.
She said that Mary Jo was a worrier. She said that she was a jealous and possessive person. And she became quite upset when she heard that Jack was dating other women. And it didn't matter that it was just him dating Yvonne. Okay? And the police are right. Okay, we've had enough from you. Next, and this was a close friend of Mary Jo. This is witness number 2. I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of witnesses, and some of mine I'm going to skip over, but I just want to give the pertinent information. She said that she does remember in the winter months that Mary Jo had a dark colored coat, that she frequently wore the ski mask, and she said that it was a deer hunt during the deer hunting season, that she had a black quilted coat that had a blue inside. She also said that she frequently wore the ski mask. She also said that she remembers talking to Mary Jo. And when she talked to Mary Jo and said, oh, you know, you heard Yvonne died, she said, really?
Child, ain't nobody told me nothing.
Wait, so she didn't do the quivering lip then?
No, she had it. Not too surprised, just
like, oh, you don't say. Well, I know something you don't know.
So then on the 20th, law enforcement comes back to Mary Jo's job because she's still at the bank, right? She's working. They're like, Mary Jo, we want to talk to you.
She done used all her PTO.
Use all of it.
I'm calling in dead.
I'm dead. And she's like, you know what? If you want to talk to me, CC my attorney. Talk to Gerald. Gerald can help you.
Gerald Gacy.
And she said,
Top dog law firm.
She said, I cannot speak
you
to y'all.
You going to jail with a name like that.
And they were like, okay, we're going to call your attorney. We got you. We called an attorney. They couldn't get a hold of him. She said, okay, I will answer some questions, but very limited, okay?
No, baby, I wouldn't be answering shit. Period. Point blank. You cannot sit there and act like say, hey, I'm gonna give you a few questions. I'm gonna answer a few of your questions.
Because anything you say
is gonna be
used against you
in the court of law, baby.
And your dumb ass, I'll answer a few. No, motherfucker, I ain't asking or answering shit.
I'm not answering nothing. Even if you ask me what my name is.
Whether my lawyer was present or not, bitch, I don't know
my
shit.
lawyer.
So, here's what Miss Mary Jo had to say. She said that she did know where Yvonne lived. She had never been there, though. But she did know where she lived. That she lived above some shops. She said that... she wasn't really too tore up about Yvonne. She kept trying to stick with the story.
But wait a minute. Oh, as far as about finding out about her.
No, she wasn't too tore up about Jack being with her.
Right, okay.
She wasn't real upset about that, you know. She also added that she was done with Jack. You know, when she found out, she was like, I'm over it. Move along, not my problem. Bye, boy. They still had to be in the horse world together because they do the horse things, you know.
But she was like, these doors is closed.
She did say that she rarely ever went to St. Croix, that she was always either in Luck where she worked, or she was in, I forget what town she lived in, but it was a town that was close, but she didn't go there, okay? The last time that she remembered going there was she went there for a movie on the 8th with a friend, but that was it. Okay, she went to the movies there. She wasn't fooling around in there. She went shopping with her daughter a lot in Twin Cities. Again, giving all this information.
She's trying to distract. She's like, if I give them a lot of information, then they'll feel like I have nothing to hide.
But at the same time, what she's doing, like I said, is called minimizing. So she's trying to make shit not seem as bad as what it really is.
And she also wanted the police to know that she had her vacation day that she took. She had that planned for like 2 weeks. She had them chores planned.
Around the time
when Yvonne was getting all these calls.
Probably, this is my theory about it. She knew Jack wouldn't bring her ass to that party for like 2 weeks. Because they probably talked about it, or maybe somebody else in town had talked about this party. And she's like, wait a minute, he invite me. Let me call him up and tell him I got a card for him. I got a card for you, boo. For your birthday. And he still ain't saying nothing about that damn birthday. He didn't bring your ass.
Man, he said, birthday, I was never born.
What birthday? I don't have a birthday.
She just sitting around. She like, he better not take that bitch to that party.
Just wait, because if you take that,
I got something. She said she never threatened Yvonne. That she only talked to her once, where they got that understanding that Jack ain't shit. And from that point, she never talked to her. She never really was around her. Nothing ever really serious happened. And that, like she said, just business with him. That's all it was, okay? So now let's get on into these phone records, because this does tell some of the things that Jack said was happening. On August 17th, 1985 at...
My birthday!
Leo season per
5:58 p.m. for 1 minute. There's a phone call that comes from Mary Jo's house, and it's 1 minute long. Then on September 1st at 12:32 at night, 1 minute phone call. Then on November 13th, 12:53 at night, 1 minute phone call.
To who? To Jack? Or to
Coming
Yvonne?
from Mary Jo's house. All these phone calls are coming from Mary Jo's house, going to Yvonne's house. And remember, Mary Jo was insistent in multiple interviews that she only ever talked to Yvonne once. She never had an opportunity to meet her.
Why are you calling me in the middle of the night?
Right, why are you calling me and breathing heavy on the phone, girl? Ain't nobody else in your house, because remember, you're alone, ma'am. You're alone. Well, on the night of November 13th, Yvonne was done, so she called back. Probably didn't get no response because it was only 1 minute long. She said, we're going to breathe heavy on the phone. So, there's that. The police had one more interview with Mary Jo, and it was the most entertaining. Mary Jo said, look, y'all gonna stop trying to put me with this man. I just want y'all to know 2 days before his old whack birthday party, I was with Dave anyway. Well, Dave who? They ain't never get no last name. But I was with Dave.
Double cheeked up.
Mm-hmm. And that's that. That's the juice. That's all y'all need to know. That's tell you everything.
Because I didn't even care about that funky little birthday party.
Fuck that birthday party.
Fuck that birthday party, but him.
Fuck all y'all.
And matter of fact, fuck Yvonne.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly.
Then she also, I forgot the other part. She also remembered the reason she can't find that 22 is because she sold it. It just came to her. She sold it.
I forgot. Last time.
Mm-hmm.
Last night on the other night. I sold it.
How do you forget that?
Pregnancy brain.
She ain't been pregnant in 20 years.
I'm about to start saying I'm pregnant for shit. Oh, this is an excuse to act like this? I'm pregnant.
So, without the murder weapon, mostly what they had was hearsay from the community.
And them boots saying that she was at least over there.
At least she was over there. At some point between those 3 days, because those days where the snow,
Yeah.
it could have happened in that time.
With her, I knew where she lived, but I ain't never been over there.
The lies people tell.
So, Mary Jo went on and lived her life, y'all. And this went on for 39 years. Interviews did happen with other witnesses, but nothing concrete that they could actually go and take into a court of law and say, bam, we got the smoking gun. Well, let's roll around to January 30th, 2022, because the cops wasn't none. They said, we're not letting this go. We're not letting it go.
Cold case who?
They felt like with time, witnesses would be more willing to tell, even though they was
I was about to say, these witnesses was willing.
They were willing.
They was ready to spill all the tea.
But they felt like with more gossiping happening, more is going to come to light, and then they could
People will make up stories.
Mm-hmm. And some of it's going to be true, some is going to be bullshit.
But whatever it is, something going to stick to where we can get this girl.
Mm-hmm. And so some vital evidence that they tried to establish was really a timeline of where Yvonne, or where Mary Jo had been in between getting up in that morning and how she would have made it to Yvonne's apartment. And they started asking questions. They ended up knowing where Mary Jo was because she moved out of the state. She was like, I'm out of here. I gotta go.
Y'all talk too much.
She went to Arizona.
Ugh. She probably moved to Hot Springs.
Ugh. It was, I don't remember what I said. It was something stupid, somewhere I wouldn't want to live, too damn hot. But anyway, she's in Arizona where they ain't got no water and she can be dried up.
No, Arizona. Sorry, I was thinking Arkansas. Ew, Arizona. So not Phoenix, not.
So they worked through and tried to see if they can, one, get her to go away from these statements that she had made, which she did. But this is what they get in their second round, third, fourth, fifth round. Someone said that they remember hearing someone yelling and being upset. They said that they also recalled that this is the victim, so this is Yvonne's daughter, said that she remembered her mom's demeanor being different the one time where she actually did meet Mary Jo, because remember Mary Jo said she only had a conversation. Yvonne's daughter says she remembered that Yvonne and Mary Jo actually had an encounter. That it was the one time she recalled her mom being very upset, and that the argument lasted for about 2 minutes, and then there was some door slamming. She also said...
Worst argument ever.
So then, of course, she said she couldn't pinpoint it to say for sure, but she really does believe that it was Mary Jo who called to know what time her mom was leaving. And then they have an argument now that has happened. So they have real motive, not just people saying it. They have the establishment of she had 22, but nobody ever did find it. And then they have the information of the shoe. And so with all those things, they go to get an indictment for Mary Jo. And then they just trek across the country and they're like, Mary Jo, guess what? Hi.
Got your ass.
We want to talk to you.
Open up, it's the police.
And so, in 2000, hold on, wait on the page. 2023, y'all.
Stupid Apple.
39 years later, the police actually arrest her. And they use it, what they used were their pieces of evidence were the phone calls, the relationship which they knew of. Hi, honey. The Arctic shoe print.
The reports of the argument.
The report of the actual argument that now they knew took place because Mary Jo did lie about actually meeting this woman. They got it all together. They get the indictment. They come knocking. And what do you think that Mary Jo has continued to do?
Lie.
And deny. So,
the lie and
She
deny.
said, I'm taking this shit to the fucking grave, bitch. I've been free this long.
and so what they are doing now is they have set an actual court date. My phone's up there, so sorry. Because this is just her whole criminal complaint is available. It's a lot of pages, so good luck. Hella pages. And there's lots more interviews that I didn't include because it's just too much. But you got the nuts and bolts of what happened here. And they have a court date that is actually set for the end of this year for her. So we shall stay tuned to if Mary Jo actually gets what's due and coming to her, if they can prove it.
A whole almost 40 years in this bitch.
She did that.
I just want to know where the gun is. That's what I want to know.
Girl, that gun is long gone.
Tossed.
Sold off to somebody.
She did it.
That is the story, the sad, sick love triangle that started with Jack Bitch Ass.
And stupid Mary Jo Thotting and Plotting.
Thotting and Plotting.
Thotting and Plotting. We don't love these hoes.
Nope.
Well, that's gonna wrap up this episode. We do thank you all for joining us. As always, please like and subscribe this video. You can follow us on all social media platforms.
Literally.
We are all on all audio platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, all of it. So please go like, share, support. And again, if you have any suggestions for cases, you can always leave a comment on one of our posts, but you can also email us at murktheinthemidwest@gmail.com. And yeah, bye.
Bye.